There, it's Jenna here with youcanbrand.com. This week, we're going to talk about Snapchat basics and geo filters. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to grow another social media following. I'm going to show you how to make Snapchat work for your business in a way that's really easy. In this lesson, you're going to learn 5 things about Snapchat basics and geo filters and how to use them for something like conferences. This can give your business exposure at events that you're attending or even events that you're not attending, like competitors' events. Geo filters are something that you can either design yourself or have designed that kind of become like digital postcards that other people can use. In just a minute, we're going to take a look at some businesses that have done this very effectively. Are you ready to dive in? Okay, I will see you at my computer.
So the first thing I'm going to cover are some very quick basics on Snapchat. Then we're going to cover how to add a geo filter as a user so that you can understand more effectively how they can be used. Number 3, we're going to take a look at a case study of how a couple of local companies are using geo filters to grow their business. Number 4, we're going to give you some ideas of how to use geo filters, even if you're attending a conference or not attending a conference and you want to have your presence known. And number 5, the steps to actually creating and designing a geo filter with me. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you're going to go to your app store on your phone. Now, if you have an Android or an iPhone, this will always be under the app store. You're going to find Snapchat in the App Store if you don't already have it, and you're going to install it. Now, this is open because I already have it installed here, but if you don't have it installed, it will say install right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the program from here. You're going to tap once on your nose, and it will take you through a bunch of different filters for you to take funny pictures. So now, if I actually want to snap a photo, I just click it once. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Takes cute picture, right? And so now what I would do, I can add text to the image. I can do all these things as a user, but this is where geo filters really start to see how they're used. So the user swipes right multiple times until they get to the part of geo filters. Now this is where you can start to see companies who are using these locally. So for example, this first one, Symphony Towers, it's like right by where I live. So they've created this really simple geo filter to kind of encourage people to take pictures with their company name there. We can see this one is actually a sponsored post by Marriott Rewards Premier Card. You can see their logo up in the upper left-hand corner. Notice that the thing actually says points for Swagger. So Swagger must be a buyer rewards program. And so they're encouraging people to take pictures with this in exchange for rewards. This creates interactivity. It's a really great way to get their businesses or to get their customers to participate in whatever program they're enrolled in. As you can see here, this is one done for a movie. Notice how this also says sponsored for a second. It goes away. It says Annabelle creation now playing with a character from the movie, and find me at the top is probably relevant to something that's happening in the movie. There's a character from the movie, but notice how the entire filter doesn't take up the entire screen. This is super important when creating geo filters, that you're actually not blocking the person who's going to be in them. So these were just a couple of quick ideas of how 3 different kinds of companies have used filters for their business. There are so many fun, creative ways that you can do this. As you go through the different filters, you can see there's other kinds of filters that are not commercially related. These types of geo filters can be designed and created for something like weddings or birthday parties. And when you create the geo filter, you can actually very specifically target with a map where you want this filter to show up. So let's say you're going to a birthday party and you want to create a birthday filter for your friend, or if you're going to, let's say, a conference and you want to create one for your business so that your business presence is known. This is a really awesome strategy to be able to be seen for not very much money. These Snapchat filters can run anywhere from $5 an hour up to $25 for a day if you're doing, like, let's say, a very small area like a restaurant or something. If you did a whole entire city, it could be as much as like $25,000 a day. So it kind of ranges in pricing depending on how big the square footage is, how long you want it to run for. But for events, this can work out really well. And as you can see, people in the city have created, like downtown San Diego may have been actually sponsored by the city, or there could be some people who are just creating designs to have them available. Because there is a definite strategy on how to create these effectively, what I've done is I've put together a training for you on how to actually design a Snapchat filter that would be awesome for your business.
If you want to see more case studies and learn how to create your own geo filter on Snapchat, you're going to want to register for the training below.
When you give me shockwaves.